Morning, everybody. You're welcome to the Daily Digest, the first for the week. Daily Digest with Jimi Disu, the first for the week. And today is Tuesday. A quick apology for going slightly off rail in the morning emotionally. I'm a human being. But if you think about the issue of this country, you shed tears endlessly. Especially if you are my age and you've seen a country, that had people of goodwill and quality at the top. People who, when you think of, if you had to be alive to see the leadership qualities of the likes of Awolowo way back then, Nnamdi Azikiwe, even within the military, Gawan, even governors, even Ojukwu, you might not believe in some of the things that they did, but these were men with leadership. So I got a bit emotional this morning, and I do apologize. I'm only human. I can only pray that it gets better. But if anybody tells you we're not anywhere but at the lowest end ever, either that person has a limited knowledge of what life is all about, and then history, you have to feel it. That's why some people don't understand when we keep saying some of these things, like how we grew up, how good this country has been to us, and so on and so forth. They just don't get it. And like Fela said at his famous concert in Berlin, if you don't understand what we're all saying, then I'm sorry, I can't help you. I mean, the only language I understand is English, and a bit of I understand Yoruba and a bit of Pidgin. Anyway, let's leave that. We want to look at the... this program is supposed to have taken place, I think, on Saturday, but we couldn't connect. I wanted to look at this judgment that seized our planes, and I felt the person to talk to would be a lawyer, and we have GT. Do we have GT on the line now? No. It should be there. We should have GT Omoye. I thought he was... No, from Zoom, yeah. Okay, we're trying to get GT Ogunye, but in the meantime, I put up an assignment yesterday, and I said that people should please tell us what do you mean by work stay. I want the State House correspondent to ask Mr. Ngalale to please, I don't even know if he's around now, to please explain what a work stay is. Does it mean that the president has shifted his office to France and is going to work from there? And that if so, at what cost? And who's going to foot the bill? Because the president never moves alone. We all know that the president has medical challenges like everybody, and we all know that his famous doctors are in France. If he's going for medicals, we would have loved if it was stated, then we know that the president, maybe his ADC, 1 or 8 are going. But if you say it's a work stay, then it means that the presidency has moved. People should realize the implications of some of the words that they coin. A work stay means that the presidency has moved to France. Whereas the honest to God truth is this: if the president is human, if he's sick, he's sick. If his doctors are in France and not in Nigeria, so be it. We knew that before we elected him. So we were ready to contend with that. Anybody who says we're ready to contend with that has another thing coming. So there's no point pretending about it. The president has an appointment with his doctors. We expect him to be back in the next 5 days. People will criticize, but at least they will feel respected, rather than these things, or like the other issue of the presidential jet when Bayo Onanuga says that, it was the National Assembly. Since when did the National Assembly become aviation specialists? Where was the technical report that condemned that plane? Nobody said anything. And it's one thing to be taken for a ride. It's another thing to be told that you are being taken for a ride and you better enjoy it. There's a very obscene Yoruba proverb that goes with that. Of course, I dare not. I dare not say it on air. I can't even translate it. But the honest to God truth is that sometimes, to be honest, in this country, you do feel as if you're being raped. You get that. It's the same feeling when you're being raped that you get when some of these things are thrown at you. So I wonder, maybe anybody can explain. Maybe my knowledge is very limited. I had some things had some people were nice enough to to try to explain what a work stay is. Africa who Concoi, whatever, these kind of names I don't understand, but and he says that work stays, also called work exchanges, are when you agree to do labor for a family. Are you listening with me, Jerry?
Yes.
In exchange for a place to stay and sometimes food. So when you want to go, you say, okay, let me move into your house, wash your car, wash your kitchen and everything. Then if can I stay there? This is what Africa calls work stay. Choco Sami Oshuntu is silent on that. He just says, good morning, Uncle Jimmy and Jerry. And he goes silent. And Oguntola Shoyode says that, Mr. Shoyode says that the work stay typically means working on farms and small businesses in exchange for room and board. So in what context do we now put work stay for the president? Is the president, don't even think about it. Is he going to go and work in France for a stay or whatever it is? I think that there's a lot that needs to be repaired upstairs, to be honest with you. Of course, how far it should go, I'd already said long before the elections, but that's neither here nor there now. But at least to manage what we have, you need a particular level of expertise and exposure. Yeah, and expertise and exposure so we can handle it well. That is GT and his famous cap. We're on YouTube and we're on Facebook Live. Good morning, GT. How are you?
I'm fine.
No cuts today.
We're on vacation.
Oh yes, the cuts are on vacation.
You are an initiate now. You should know.
No. Okay, quickly before we lose connection. What is in legal terms, what is the implication of the judgment that has seized? Well, it seized initially 3 of our planes, but 1 has been gracefully released. So what is the legal implication of that?
Well, there has been contestation in the public space on the issue of whether our foreign assets, our sovereign assets in just a minute, our assets in sorry, I'm temporarily distracted. Whether our sovereign assets in foreign land is subject to a distraining or seizure order by a foreign court based on the award of international arbitration, which is enforced in those jurisdictions. Let me say this clearly. This is not the first time this kind of thing will happen to Nigeria. Certainly. And so, without prevarication, I can say upfront that in certain circumstances, once judgment or an international award or award of international arbitration and possibly in certain jurisdiction is obtained against Nigeria, our assets are liable to seizure. It's not only planes of, including money in foreign accounts.
Wow.
It's liable. So that's why, in spite of the everything that has been said here, Nigeria will have to strengthen the legal team that they had before, or if they didn't have one before, maybe they were blindfolded. And I'm talking about the federal government of Nigeria now, trusting that Ogun State government could handle it. Nigeria will have to intervene critically. Now that it's not Ogun State government assets that are seized, but our own assets. Now, in addition to that, people have been wondering, báwo ni Twaja ṣe kan lè máa mú? You know, what? So if it was Ogun State government that allegedly breached a contract subject to arbitration, and it was Ogun State government that was seized that was sued, why is it now possible to distrain the assets of federal government? Well, let me tell you straight away. Some of these treaties are legally connected to foreign government and to the federal government. How Nigerians have to understand that debt contracted by state governments in Nigeria, you will see in some of the reports, financial reports generated by state government, you will see that some columns talking about foreign debt, not just Nigerian debt. So this debt or agreements or investment protocols and all that are usually guaranteed by the federal government, which is called sovereign guarantee.
Sovereign guarantee.
So if there is a problem, it bounces back on the federal government. That's why no state government in Nigeria is able to successfully borrow money from outside Nigeria, in spite of it being a subnational, without a sovereign guarantee by the federal government of Nigeria. So when there is a problem with that, it is Nigeria that will then bear the brunt of such a breach. So that's what has happened here. So it's possible that the breach we are talking about had such an implication, and that's why the Nigerian government is now being targeted, or the assets of Nigerian government.
Were we represented in court when this order was given? I wonder if we had any form of legal representation when this order was given, or is this an ambush of some sort?
I'm not too sure. What I know is that, and this what was communicated following the order of seizure, is that the Attorney General of the Federation and Ogun State government have been grappling with what to do, for some time, because there was an initial litigation in Nigeria. So we are told
on the same issue.
On the same issue, recourse to this international arbitration. And indeed, some of the argument that is now being made is that under the law governing the free trade zones in Nigeria, because there's a legislation, the federal had governing that once you have recourse to domestic litigation in Nigeria, you cannot then abandon a midstream. For example, if there's a federal high court adjudication on that, you cannot abandon that midstream and then have recourse to international arbitration. That argument has been made, but we'll see if that argument will avail, if it is made available to that court that made the order, that there was first a litigation in Nigeria, and that the party that resorted to international arbitration didn't quite exhaust the internal remedy in Nigeria. Appellate remedy before then abandoning that, straddling, between the courts and then arbitration before actually resorting to arbitration.
One thing I observed in the practice of law is that of precedence. With this now, we now opened, hasn't the flood of things like this been opened, cases like this been opened, that we need to pay attention to, meaning that would we then have a flood of people who are not satisfied, abandon their cases midway and go to the international or courts of other countries? Because this is France, it could have happened in any country. Don't you think so?
No, what I know is that in many and this is a way of answering your question. In many international commercial agreements, even domestic commercial agreements, bordering on investment, even simple contracts, increasingly parties are now providing those contracts a first recourse to arbitration. Indeed, the whole ADR movement is structured around the argument that it's more expeditious, it's less adversarial, it's more result-oriented and are in a business relationship, adversarial combat in court ought not to be resorted to, but arbitration and so on and so forth. And the parties are even given the opportunity to have their own representation in the arbitral tribunal or arbitration process. Now, so arbitration has always been there. And I also know that even in our jurisdiction, once an arbitration clause is provided in our agreement, that is usually a condition precedent that must be fulfilled before you then have, ultimately, if you have a recourse to litigation. Now, it is interesting to then hear or learn now that first there was a recourse to litigation before arbitration.
Yeah, arbitration,
usually,
yes.
it is usually a recourse to arbitration before you then go to litigation, if it is so provided in those agreements. But, we are not reviewing the agreement, but we are just laying the general principle.
Okay,
but,
yeah.
There's no gate yet because, this arbitration go on all the time. For example, there's one that's going on now that Nigeria is still crucifixing about, grandstanding. That's the Mambila arbitration. That involved the Nigerian. And when Mr. Leonard this one, and so Nigeria is still saying that there was no contract, there was nothing. The guy ought to know, and they encouraging the EFCC to be litigating or dragging the person to court. And Olu Aguloye allegedly for being offered a bribe after the thing in 2019, whereas we are talking about 2003, 2004 thing in the Obasanjo administration. So a lot of people are waiting on that. My recommendation, if this recommendation will ever, strike any, hearing in the appropriate ears at the appropriate quarter, is that you have to pay attention to that situation and try to resolve it before it becomes another problem that Nigeria will be grappling with. Because our assets are always out there, including money, including produce, oil, and all that.
I hope it doesn't include human beings, though. Okay, GT.
Fela once sang a song against second slavery.
We don't want our president abducted in France due to a judgment. Thank you very much, GT Ogunye. God bless you. Okay, that was GT Ogunye, and I just wanted his perspective on this thing. We're going to take a short break now. At some point, we'll take a short break any minute from now. When we come back, when we do come back, of course, 0201 2770993, and the female line is 0201 465 719. I still want somebody to tell me, what did we call it again? Is it a work stay? A work stay. I'd like somebody to explain to me what a work stay is. Not what a work stay is according to Nigerian definition, no. But so the two explanations that I've gotten have been extremely funny, and I'd like to know what you think of work stay is. We'll take a very short break and then we'll be right back.
Talk, news, and sports after this.
Day one of week 2 of Nigeria Info's I Beg to Differ Tournament of Champions ended in an upset. What happens on Tuesday remains to be seen. At 3 p.m., Minanang Euphoria David and Bedford Friday Fortune will debate the topic. Does the school prefecture system effectively develop leadership skills or perpetuate elitism? And at 4 o'clock, OG Delight and Oluwalade Demilade will face off on the topic. Remote learning versus in-school learning. Which method better supports student academic achievement and personal development? And the final debate of the day will pit Ajekigbe Mercy against Ogunaye Ayomide. The topic for this hour is: should sex education focus more on abstinence or comprehensive knowledge of teenage sexuality? The judges will save one more loser on Tuesday. I am Yvonne Ohaifo. Join Femi Obang Daniels and me as we discover the final wild card in the competition on Tuesday. I beg to differ Tournament of Champions. 16 debaters, now 10. One winner, 2 million naira. Sponsored by Lesheho Microfinance Bank. Supported by Chrisland Schools, Olaiya Foods, Obiwizi, Call to Fly, Biloxi, and Massey Street Children's Hospital. For sponsorship and partnership, send an email to info@nigeriainfo.fm. I beg to differ.
Wow, Folake, this your new office space looks really nice. So just take a look at this furniture.
Thank you.
Anyway, that's not why I came. Your daughter's wedding was fantastic. Folake, who gave you all this money now? See souvenirs everywhere, courtesy of the bride's mother.
It is not who, it is what.
The AXA endowment policy gives you the benefits of target savings and life insurance in one plan. Call 0700 AXA Mansard or visit axamansard.com to get started. Terms and conditions apply.
Hey, Brekete, don't bust Brekete with Glow Brekete 10X. Talk true. Yes, so with Glow Brekete 10X, every naira they count. Now, why you fit count on Glow for 10 times the value of your recharge, whether a voice or a data? Glow Brekete 10X, now the correct plan we go switch you, your family and your friends join. Hey, oh yeah, he never finish yo. Glow Brekete 10X go summon you one-time welcome bonus of 1,000 naira, double data bonus, and even bonus night data. Everything Brekete with Glow Brekete 10X. If you want to enjoy Brekete 10X, what do you wait for? Rush go any Glow World building, kiosk, or activation center. Go collect your own Glow line. Or dial *301# to jolly. Make every naira count. Count on us for 10 times the value of your recharge with Brekete 10X. Glow, powering ambition.
Glow Unlimited.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable. And to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. And the secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume is available in body spray.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you.
You can also get it on Jumia.
Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
Ida of trading himself. James, hello.
Susan, I beg. Say you dey whine me.
For where? You who no longer depend solely on your salary.
So you people trade and don't carry us along in this office, Abby? Jerry, now you dey talk like this? Who doesn't want an extra stream of income? But I'm still looking for better trading conditions, I beg. Fast execution of my trades and possibly an account where swap no go carry all my profits where I no know.
Guy, hfm.com.
For me, I wouldn't mind better spreads at all, and it won't be a bad idea to be able to make withdrawals in a flash.
All we want is transparency and great customer service.
Guys, I said hfm.com.
Which one is hfm.com again?
Switch to HFM today to enjoy ultra-fast execution, 1 to 2,000 leverage, tight spreads, swap free, and more.
Guy, show us the way now.
Wait, are you sure deposits and withdrawals are sharp?
I said hfm.com. Visit www.hfm.com. HFM, online trading at its finest.
Are you ready to ignite your career in the media industry? Wazobia Academy Spark program is back and better than ever. Registration opens Monday 15th July and closes September 24th. Physical classes holds 25th, 26th and 27th of September. Spark 3.0 is offering 3 incredible courses running simultaneously, becoming an OAP, series writing and video shooting and editing. 16,000 naira only for each course, covering both online learning and 3-day physical training. What are you waiting for? Don't miss out on this this incredible opportunity to kickstart your career in the creative industry. Visit www.wazobiacademy.com/spark 3.0 to register or send a WhatsApp message to 0908-826-5038 or call 0911-111-1221. Terms and conditions apply. Wazobia Academy. Learn and lead.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
Your number one station for talk. Let's talk. Let's talk.
You're listening to Jimi Disu right here on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
Okay, so you're welcome back to the Daily Digest with Jimi Disu. We're going to open up our lines now. Let's be careful. Let's enjoy ourselves, okay? Let's. I tell you this, there's something about public speaking that dictates that some of the things that you don't say are stronger than even the ones that you say, meaning there's a way you choose your words. Okay, there's the art of public speaking. We all need to learn it. It includes sarcasm. Sarcasm is very dangerous in Nigeria because people, to a large extent, some people don't understand, so you could be taken literally, but we can still have some fun, okay, without any, let me use the word, any bombastic. You know when I said bombastic, Sheriff? I remember this program, Ichioku. Unfortunately, you can't find any episode on YouTube.
Oh.
You remember Ichioku?
What's Ichioku? New
No, Ichioku was that man that said, "Give me my tally number." Oh. That man with the drama sketch that involved the white judge. You never watched it?
No.
Madaro. Go, Joe.
I'm not that old now. I am not that old.
I keep forgetting, but look at what you have.
I am not that old.
You look so prosperous, Sheriff. Please go to YouTube.
It's the grace of God.
Every admire this. Look at so I keep thinking.
It's the grace of God.
Alhamdulillah, we thank God.
Yes.
Anyway, there was Ichioku. It's a TV drama series of a guy. You know, there's this. He's supposed to be a local interpreter, and he. Well, let me leave it. Anyway, no bombastic language. Let's just enjoy ourselves. My very good friend Noye sends me a Google meaning of work stay. And he says, in short, a work stay is a way of traveling that puts people in contact with volunteering opportunities in exchange for free accommodation. Somebody should send all this. If you have their contacts, tweet it and send it back to them that this is what you have said our president has gone to do. That is a way of traveling that puts people in contact with volunteer opportunities in exchange for free education. It says, this is a relatively new way of traveling that has gained popularity in the last 10 years. And more people are taking advantage of the opportunities. I think I read that Africa, Ukonkoi, or whatever it is, it says work stays are also called work exchanges, where you agree to do labor for a family in exchange for a place to stay and sometimes food. That is what the president's spokespersons have said the president has gone to do. So you can call in, you can talk about the jets. I don't buy the reason for buying that jet. You know, I have my senses in between my ears. For somebody to tell me that, it was because a Senate committee on aviation, it was not a technical committee. The decision to change the plane must be backed up by technical facts. We need that technical report that tells us that the plane was no longer serviceable. And also the issue of the what's the name of that car again? The Escalade. The sight of it itself is irritating. Looks like an Emperor's car. You know, the sight of it, even if it's not that, the sight of it, the optics of it is too grandeur. It shows too much grandeur. And like I said, a leader shouldn't be exhibiting luxuries. This is not a Middle East country where everybody is rich and comfortable. With our level of poverty, our leaders must always think of the optics. Always. And that's why, for example, I took up a governor here for wearing a wristwatch that was, I don't know, I can't find the word. And there was an argument that he had the watch before he became governor. I said, yes, I never said he used public funds to buy it. But that the optics, and it doesn't to set very good example when you tell people to fasten their own seat belts, and the least you can do is to show that you can't be calling on people as a GO now, a pastor, on people to fast, and then you are enjoying a full English breakfast in full view of everybody. Nobody be mugu for town. That one we need to understand. Okay, so you can call in and politely and decently make your point, for or against. And if you don't agree with what I've said, don't abuse me. Just go to the point. Whether I hate the man or not is not the issue here. It's not an issue of whether anybody hates the president. These are money. So it's not a matter of these are money. And if you've given it to him to handle, it should handle it judiciously and with a lot of care. With a lot of care. Nigeria can't afford frivolities as we speak. To be honest with you, we can't afford that. What we want from any leadership is honesty of purpose. Okay, so we'll take our first call today. Hello, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Yes, Pastor.
This is Pastor
Ladipo from Orile Gomu.
Yes, sir.
Have you changed your address?
No, sir.
Okay. Where to move Lokoye? We don't know.
No. I'm still under the jurisdiction of Oni Erikmo of Erikmo.
I'm glad you recognize me as your traditional ruler.
Thank you, sir. Uncle Jimmy, you see, the reason why there is so much abandoned projects everywhere is what has happened in this Ogun State case now. When a government comes into power, they don't even look into the books just to favor their own cronies. They cancel whatever they can cancel without minding. Uncle Jimmy, the truth is, go and see the plight of local contractors, what they are going through.
Yes.
Because when a government signs a contract with them, another government comes in and just cancel the contract outrightly.
Yes.
And some of these people have paid even with their lives. I'm telling you. Is it not because this is a foreign company that they have to take their case outside? To whom do we take our case?
You can take your case outside. No, I'm not kidding now.
I understand.
Yes, you can take your case. You can take your case outside. Wherever you will get justice, because it's quite unfair the way we treat contracts and contractors with levity. Yes.
It has become a norm. Lastly, Uncle Jimmy, this private jet, truly, it might be needful, but the timing is not right.
Apart from the timing not being right, the kind of who are we? See, some of these things you even ask yourself: who are you? You, an indebted country, heavily indebted country. You want to impress people by coming up with the super jet, the same people that you owe money.
And all
I don't get it.
They have given. I don't think those excuses are. I don't understand. I don't want to say those excuses are too
Pastor
genuine.
Ladipo, you're a man of God, though. Please tell me if you think there's something wrong with me in the head. I don't get it. You are an impoverished country. Your people can hardly eat, yet you want to go in the most luxurious jet. Do you think there's something wrong with me in finding something wrong with that? Yes, yes or no? Yes or no?
There is nothing wrong with you. It's just because you are being reasonable here.
Okay.
Reasonable. Because some people will think that you need it. Meanwhile, you are indebted and you are living a luxurious life. What are you telling your debtors? I mean, your creditors, the people that you are owing. What are you proving
so
to
you
them?
can now, that is one of the, you see, there are going to be more of these litigations. These embarrassing things, because people are going to be saying, if these people you are loaning money to, if they have money to buy this kind of luxuries, there'll be no debt relief. Anyway, Pastor, let's leave the phone for somebody else. Hello, good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, Odogu Igba.
Morning. Odogu 1 and 2,
Odogu
please.
1 and 2.
It's 1 and 2. How can I be an ordinary Odogu 1?
Odogu 1 and 2. Corrected myself.
Yes, thank you very much. Please.
Onyawaduka, morning.
Morning.
Odogu 1 and 2.
Morning.
I heard you this morning. I feel pain. Like I always tell you.
Yes.
If not for your job, I could have said, leave Nigeria alone. You've tried. Those who are supposed to talk are not talking because they're in their comfort zone. Well. How can? I would say we're in a democracy. Odogu 1 and 2. I always tell you about institutions. We don't have strong institutions. So we have strong men, which is not good for us. How can? You tell me you're buying jets? The Escalade, I saw 2 of them. I'm surprised that you are just talking about it now. I've seen that car about, I think, 2 months ago or so.
The side of it is
what happened to the one Buhari used? Those cars, where did they travel to? Yes, from Villa to the airport. Look at how much they buy tires the other day. Bulletproof tires. My Gura have been going to Delta every whatever. When did I change my tire last?
But your Gura never go Ghana.
No,
how you have use for? How you have use for? The issue never go. The issue never go.
She's coming. She will talk with you when she comes.
He's coming. This is August. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Akujimi. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
My name is Indubisi. Akujimi, now God Almighty, I go reward you.
Amen.
Your grandchildren, they go reap what you sow because you are doing good. You stand in truth. That truth will keep on guiding you. Me and my family, we are praying for you every day by day. I've never seen a journalist like you. I've never seen a man like you, Akujimi. Now God Almighty go reward you.
Yeah,
as you stand in truth, keep on standing in truth. Heaven is your portion. Heaven is your portion. I pray for you. Please, as Ogakri said, if not for your work, I will ask you to go and rest. Leave Nigeria, my brother. People like you have tried. You have tried to keep on saying the truth, but they will not hear. The leaders will not hear. They will keep on dividing us. But you stand in truth. May that truth continue to guide and protect you and your generation.
Amen.
I wish you long age, you all that see your grandchildren.
Amen.
And see your Nigeria will land in the name of Jesus.
Amen.
And thank you, Uncle Jimmy.
The prayer. Okay, thank you. The prayer has been half answered. I've already seen my grandchildren. Whether I will see their own grandchildren, I don't know.
Do you want to?
I'm not too sure what to see. But I've seen my grandchildren. But I like to say that. It's these things are coming from the heart, really. Where one shows you have to show concern for your country. You can't afford to be selfish about it and think that because you are comfortable. When I hear people insulting some of us, they insult me, they insult Sheriff, they insult a whole lot of us. We could be 10 times more comfortable. But what hurts me the most is the fact that some people are blinded from the truth. Or no, let me rephrase that. Some people know the truth, but for personal reasons and whatever, they just blind themselves from the truth that is staring them in the face. Okay, so let's. Do you have any reaction from WhatsApp? I see Nathaniel Shofalasin. What's he saying? What's he saying?
We have a Skype call. Will not let us.
Okay, let's take a Skype call. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Uncle Jimmy.
Morning from Indonesia, Abi.
Yes, so.
How are you? How is Jakarta today?
Yeah, Jakarta is sunny and nice. There's no up Nepal here.
Lucky you. I will soon join you. Don't worry, my Jakarta very soon. Anytime from
you. Yeah, very much welcome, Uncle Jimmy.
I know they come Jakarta.
Uncle Jimmy, I googled the meaning of work stay. It actually means when you voluntarily decide to go and work for someone, and the person pays you back with accommodation and maybe feeding, depends on the contract. So that is the internet definition of work.
So
Uncle Jimmy.
Yes.
Okay.
So are we to assume that the president has gone to work in France for his accommodation?
See, Uncle Jimmy, let us tell ourselves the truth. Ajuri Ngelali really needs to explain to us the definition of the work stay
that he says
in France. Yeah. But like you're doing right, we don't ask questions. And what they just do is misbehave and throw up one words, confuse us, like Fela will say, after they've stolen money.
They don't your mind, yes.
Just we start, running up and down with the meaning of what he said. The thing is, we all know that the president is just there and he's going to be working from France. That is what it means. That's what Ajuri is actually trying to say. That the president is going to be in France.
It should check his dictionary. It should check his dictionary. So to the whole world now, what the world will be saying in Financial Times and in BBC everywhere, it's like, oh, the president of Nigeria is on a walk stay in France.
And that's what it is.
I bet you, let's take another caller. This is Indonesia man. He go send me go prison. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yes. Who is speaking?
Yes, very good morning. My name is Chidi.
Your name is?
Makari. Makari, and I'm calling from Ikoyi.
Masari. Okay, you're calling from
Mekhari.
Yes.
Well, the meaning of work stay in travel terms that I know is that you travel, and in order to work somewhere, in order to save cost, the person who is engaging you gives you accommodation. It saves him cost because you will not have to be in a hotel or somewhere else where you pay additional. That's what I understand work stay to be. I think what they actually want to say is stay work, which is staying there while they work on him. But they missed it somewhere.
While they work on him?
Yes,
that one is just as bad.
No, you said earlier in the morning, and we all know that he needs to be worked on, medically. So,
I didn't say. I said I know that he has medical challenges.
And we all know that.
But I didn't say it should be worked on. No, I think God beg you.
That's what they mean. That's the work, the stay work.
That one is just as bad. What kind of work will they do on him?
Then, if you permit me, sir.
Yes.
Can I say something?
Okay, I
permit you. On the aircraft. Now, Bayon Onuga told us that the Senate committee recommended the change of the aircraft.
Yes.
And the president of the Senate, Akpabio himself, came and said that there is no such a request before the National Assembly, that if it comes, they will consider it and approve it. I'm not sure, and I don't know when it was considered or approved. Now it has been bought. It has been, it's even being used. I'm not sure it was appropriate. There was an appropriation for it.
Yes.
What they have just told us is, in your face, do your worst, or at best, go to court and contend with the 300% favor that we meet there. That is my understanding of.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I don't want to belabor the explanation of Mr. Nonuga. I don't know. I don't want to get involved in such what I would call infantile arguments for something that is quite obvious. I don't even want to now verify whether the Senate has indeed approved or not, because using that as a reason, it doesn't hold water in serious intellectual environments. That is your Senate committee that will. It doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't add up. Okay, so we're borrowing a leaf from the American democracy. So is the Senate of the American Senate that will tell you when to change Air Force One, when to go acquire another one. In the first instance, in acquiring the plane, in the very first instance, it has a lifespan. And unless there's a crash or there's a serious technical reason, it's going to live out the time of its lifespan. But we are just not serious people. We do as we wish. And I have also said that apparently we didn't bother to study this "it's my turn" philosophy very, very well. The reading I get from it, which is not subject to any argument, is the reading I get from it, from what is happening, that it's my turn, and all things that are supposed to come to me is my turn. When it's your turn, you can do as you wish. And that's what it is. Then as to that work stay, this is not looking too good. Can somebody come up with a definition that can explain? I hate to think that you say that the president, according to the definition of work stay, went to France to work for. This thing is becoming laughable. Can we pick another call? Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Morning, sir. Uncle Jimmy.
Yes.
First time caller on your program.
Yes.
People don't know, sorry, Tunji is my name, calling from Ikorodu.
Yes.
Don't people know that our president is a big man? And he deserves to ride in planes like Air Force One and the like. I mean, now big man now rich man. I bet maybe allow him enjoy Nigeria money. What is it for after all?
I hear you. Okay, let's pick. I like that one. I think this is my last call, I think. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning. Where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Singapore.
Which party is it? Adenosi. Is this Patrick? Otijakpa. Yay.
No, like Paja.
What are you doing in Singapore? Adenosi, you not do well. Oh. What?
I didn't Jakpa, sir. I only Paja.
You Paja. Anyway, let's hear your contribution.
Thank you very much, sir. Well,
yes.
I think there is need for us to do a rethink. And
yes.
When I say rethink, it is that Nigeria is the most populous country in Africa.
Yes.
And one of the things that we ought to do is to develop that country to the point where our great-great-grandchildren will be happy that they are Nigerians or they are of the Nigerian stock. Now, when you meet an environment when you are born into an environment, family or country,
yes, and
you leave that same country or environment the same way you met it or worse off, then you shouldn't have been born. In the West, when it is summertime, it is cold for a Nigerian. Nigeria as a country ought to have at least 50 million tourists yearly who should be coming in for summer. And you can imagine the volume of employment opportunities that we will have.
Yes.
And so the monies that we ought to use in development, we are wasting.
Yeah.
Good
Okay, morning, Adenosi. There's a contribution from a lady here who doesn't want to be mentioned, and she says simply, your president is simply working remotely. He can work from anywhere in the world. There is nothing anyone can do about it. That is her contribution. I have my reservations on that. But I don't have the time to put up an argument. And so what I do here, then there's another one from Majek. Majek says that Nigerians are generally slaves to the matrix and prisoners of their jailers. It's called the Stockholm Syndrome. On that note, I'll see you tomorrow, dear Bumi, 9 o'clock. Good morning.
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.